Thank you very much for being here.
My pleasure.
So we are going to introduce Father, Mother, Sister, Brother, and we wanted to talk a little bit about it with you. As we know, this film is the second film after a few years when we first worked with Jim Jarmush in Coffee and Cigarettes. So I wanted to ask you, how much do you see Jim Jarmusch kept his signature through these years, and what do you think changed it into his style?
Yes, we made a film, Coffee and Cigarettes, quite some time ago, and you know, we wanted to work together again straight away, but I was living in Australia, I have 4 children, and so, you know, circumstances prevented that from happening. So it was a real homecoming after all these years to be working with Jim again. And I was, you know, when we think about his cinema, we think about it's got his own particular quirks and idiosyncrasies, and this sort of effortless cool. But I think what this film really speaks to is at the core of Jim, and that's why it's really appropriate. It's at this wonderful festival here, which embeds humanity into the core of all of the films, is he is profoundly human and incredibly emotional. And so this is quite a personal film for him. So it was very, I was so thrilled for him that he won the Golden Lion, and I'm so thrilled that it's here at the festival. I think he'd be very pleased that, you know, it's a festival like this, because he's very human and kind and honest and present, and I think this film really reflects that.
Really wanted him to be here. So I wanted to ask you, because you have a very strong relationship with Venice Film Festival now. A few years ago you won the Best Actress for Tar, and this year the film won the Golden Lion. I wanted to know from your perspective, how do you feel these awards really affect the reception of the film? Not on the personal side, of course, it's a great recognition to win an award, but into when it goes to the cinemas and to theaters, how do you see this really affect the audience reception?
Yes, I have been worn many hats at the festival. The very first international film I made, where I played Queen Elizabeth, that was presented at the festival. It was the very first film festival I went to outside Australia. And then I presided over the jury there, and then I've won the Volpi Cup a couple of times, and now Jim's film has won. So I've seen the festival from many different points of view, and I've seen how it can actually change. Winning a prize there, or at any festival, can change the course of a filmmaker's career. But I also think film festivals are important for audiences, because you not only see a single film, you see films juxtaposed against one another. And I think you then get this sort of cornucopia of human perspectives from all over the world. And there's very few places, I think, that we can gather in a non-judgmental way that is not full of fear and political agenda, and actually just discuss what connects us. And I think film festivals are incredibly important, perhaps never more important than they are right now, you know, given this bewildering juncture in human history that we seem to find ourselves at.